What is up, guys? We just painted all of these cabinets here a color called Iron Ore from Sherwin-Williams. I'm going to walk y'all through the process. So to begin, the homeowner knew that they wanted iron ore, but they didn't know what sheen they wanted. And so we recommended satin or semi-gloss just for durability. And so what we did is we created two samples, one satin, one semi-gloss, just for the homeowner to see it in person. And ultimately they went with semi-gloss, which came out really good. And so these cabinets used to be stained wood. And there used to be holes, there used to be hardware kind of in the middle of the drawer. And so since there were those old holes, what we did is we filled it with Bondo filler and then the Bondo glaze, and we sanded it smooth. And so this paint is a semi-gloss. It's highly reflective, so any imperfections you can really see. So because of that, we had to make sure that we really sanded it smooth. Came out great. You can't see where the old holes used to be. So what we did is we set up a spray booth in the garage. And what's great about the spray booths is that it limits the amount of paint that's being sprayed in the home. And what that means is most of the paint is being sprayed in the garage. And I say that because if we sprayed all these here, that paint smell would really stink up the house. So we set the spray booths for efficiency, but also just to reduce the amount of paint smell for the homeowner. And what we did is we sprayed a coat of the Ben Shellac primer. And we like this primer for a few reasons. It adheres really well, but what we really like about it is that it's stain blocking. And so sometimes in stained wood, the wood tannins can actually bleed through the paint. And so that shellac primer seals it. And we also like what we also like about that primer is that it dries in 30 minutes. So it's a really quick dry time. So after you spray the primer, you can spray paint pretty soon afterwards. And what we did for the paint is we sprayed 2 coats of the Emerald Urethane from Sherwin-Williams. That's one of our favorite paints for cabinets. It dries smooth and it dries very hard. It's not oil-based, so it's not as smelly as an oil-based paint would be. So we use it for those reasons. But after we got all the painting done, we reinstalled the cabinet doors, we reinstalled the cabinet drawers, and then also all the hardware here. So it's exactly how we found it for the homeowner. A few things made this project unique, and I would say the first one is prep work. And so what we did is we covered all of these walls in plastic. Of course, we covered the floor, and we do that to make sure that no paint gets anywhere. It almost looks like a scene from Dexter. So we take the prep work serious, why we're called proper prep painters. And then also, we use the right products for the job. So that shellac primer, it's a great primer to prevent any of the wood tannins from bleeding through like we talked about earlier. So we use the right process to make this paint job as durable as possible so it'll last as long as possible. And all in all, we got this project done in 2 days. So we sprayed all of these in 2 days. This was a successful project for us and for the homeowner. And so our estimates are always free. If you want to book an estimate with me, you can do so on my website, which is properpreppainters.com.